You had a spokesperson put something out that is false on its face. By the way, did you approve this statement when it went out?
I don't know if I did or didn't, Senator.
Has this spokesperson, is he still employed? Does he still have a job?
He is still employed, Senator.
So he lied on behalf of the Secret Service. He still has a job. Did your predecessor, the former director, does she approve this statement?
Senator, our comms team, they send out statements. They do deconflict them and they put them out.
Did she approve this statement?
I don't know if she did or did not, Senator.
And you don't know if you did either?
Senator Ted Cruz delivers a masterclass in accountability as he systematically dismantles the Secret Service's narrative about denied protection requests to Donald Trump and RFK Jr. In this heated congressional hearing, the acting Secret Service director is confronted with evidence of false public statements, denied resource requests, and potential political interference in protection decisions. Cruz exposes how the agency that failed to prevent the Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt can't answer basic questions about its own operations. Watch as simple yes or no questions receive bureaucratic non-answers, as a spokesperson who lied keeps his job, and as the director admits he doesn't know crucial numbers about protection levels. This is must-see footage for anyone concerned about government accountability, Secret Service failures, and whether politics has infiltrated America's most elite protective service. The implications go far beyond one rally, touching on systematic failures that put both Trump and Kennedy at risk. Let's dive into the main video.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Rowe, thank you for being here. I agree with what you said at the outset, that the individual Secret Service agents demonstrated remarkable personal courage, putting their bodies in between the line of sight of the shooter and the president. That being said, the bravery of the line agents is quite different from the decisions of Secret Service leadership. Secret Service leadership committed catastrophic security failures, indeed the worst security failures for the Secret Service since 1981, since the attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan. It is incumbent upon this committee to determine why those security failures happened. Just after the shooting, Secret Service put out an official statement from your spokesperson that says there's an untrue assertion that a member of the former president's team requested additional security resources and that those were rebuffed. This is absolutely false. In fact, we added protective resources and technology and capabilities as part of the increased campaign travel tempo. Was this tweet accurate?
With respect to Butler, Pennsylvania, it is accurate, sir.
It is accurate that the Trump team had not asked for additional security and had not been rebuffed.
If you're talking about Butler, Pennsylvania, all assets requested were approved. If you're talking about the media reporting of assets requested, there were times when assets were unavailable and not able to be filled, and those gaps were staffed with state and local law enforcement tactical assets.
So I'm reading from the Washington Post, July 20th, 2024. Secret Service said to have denied requests for more security at Trump events. The opening paragraph, top officials of the U.S. Secret Service repeatedly denied requests for additional resources and personnel sought by Donald Trump's security detail in the 2 years leading up to his attempted assassination, according to 4 people familiar with the requests. Is that right, that repeatedly the Trump detail asked for more resources and repeatedly Secret Service leadership turned that down?
That is not accurate, Senator. Assets are requested. There's a process that is made. And
how many requests did the Trump team or the Trump detail ask for?
I can get you that number in a queue.
You don't know now.
So I can speak to the ones that reported in the Washington Post, and we can go through them if you like.
But you don't know how many requests there were.
In general, how many requests since 2021 that the former Trump detail has made a request for assets?
You've had 2 weeks. You had a spokesperson put something out that is false on its face. By the way, did you approve this statement when it went out?
I don't know if I did or didn't, Senator.
Has this spokesperson, is he still employed? Does he still have a job?
He is still employed, Senator.
So he lied on behalf of the Secret Service. He still has a job. Did your predecessor, the former director, does she approve this statement?
Senator, our comms team, they send out statements. They do deconflict them and they put them out.
Did she approve this statement?
I don't know if she did or did not, Senator.
And you don't know if you did either?
I don't recall approving it, Senator.
will you commit to provide this committee in writing every written request for additional resources from the Trump campaign or the Trump detail and every response from Secret Service?
Senator, I will commit to providing responses and getting you the information that you are seeking.
Let me ask you something. And who makes the decision to deny those requests? Did you make that decision?
Which requests? Are you talking about the ones that were in the
Any of
Washington
them.
Post?
Yes.
So the process, sir, is that a detail will make a request for either staffing, technical assets. That is handled between the field office and the detail. It goes up to a logistics office between our
Okay,
office
so
of
there's a
investi-
bureaucracy. Is there a decision maker?
It's not a bureaucracy, Senator.
Give me
It's
the
a
person that's
process.
a decision maker. Is there one?
Senator, it's a conversation. It's not just an absolute yay or nay.
So let me tell you what I believe. I believe that the Secret Service leadership made a political decision to deny these requests. And I think the Biden administration has been suffused with partisan politics. Did the same person who denied the request for additional security to President Trump also repeatedly deny the request for security to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose father was murdered by an assassin and whose uncle was murdered by an assassin? Did the same person make that decision?
Senator, what I will tell you is that Secret Service agents are not political.
Okay, you're not
and nor
answering
do
my
they
but you know
allow.
what?
I'll
Leadership
get to your
appointed by
answer,
the
Senator,
president,
if you allow
leadership
me
appointed
to.
by the president is political. I have a simple question, yes or no. Did the same person deny the Trump request that also denied the RFK request? That's a yes or no question.
Senator, that is not a yes or no question. One, there is a process for a candidate nominee to receive protection.
Does the buck stop anywhere?
That is
Does
a
the buck
bicameral,
stop anywhere?
bipartisan process that the Hill
It's a
participates in.
bicameral, bipartisan process. What
For
cameral?
a candidate,
You
for
are
a
not a
candidate
Congress. You don't
protectee,
have a cameral.
Mr. Kennedy submitted a request that was referred over to the CPAC.
Okay, you're refusing to answer the question. Let me ask, because the failures on that day were catastrophic. By the way, is it true that on the day of the Butler event that Secret Service transferred agent from President Trump to the First Lady?
No, sir, that's not true.
That's been widely reported.
It's not true. There was one airport agent that actually went on the manpower request for the Trump detail. They handled the arrival at the airport
What
for
is
the First Lady.
What was the
and
relative size of the Trump detail compared to the detail that is assigned to the President or the First Lady?
Senator, the former president travels with a full shift, just like the president.
What's so the exact same size? Is that your testimony that President Trump had the same size detail that President Biden has?
On the day of in Butler, the agents surrounding him, it is the same number of agents surrounding the president today. There is a difference between a sitting president who also not only
Hold on, you're using president in a way that is not clear. Is it your testimony that in Butler, Pennsylvania, Donald Trump had the same number of agents protecting him that Joe Biden has at a comparable event?
I'm telling you the shift, the close protection shift surrounding.
That's a yes
what
or
you
no.
asked me, Senator, and I'm trying to answer it.
You are not answering it. Is it the same number of agents or not?
Senator, there is a difference between the sitting president of the United States.
Then what's the difference?
The difference?
2x, 3x, 5x,
National
10x?
Command Authority to launch a nuclear strike, sir.
I'm
There
not
are other
asking
assets
how many
that
more
travel with
agents?
the president that
Sir,
the former president will
you are
not get.
refusing to
but
answer
the number
straight.
of Secret Service
Sir,
agents protecting him.
Stop interrupting me.
Go ahead,
You
Senator.
are refusing to answer clear and direct questions. I am asking the relative difference in the number of agents between those assigned to Donald Trump and those assigned to Joe Biden. I'm not asking why you assign more to Joe Biden. I'm asking, is the difference, is it 2x? Is it 3x? Is it 5x? Is it 10x?
Senator, I will get you that number so you can see it with your own eyes.
Senator Marshall, you're recognized for your questions.
As Senator Cruz's time expired and he yielded to Senator Marshall, the hearing room buzzed with the undeniable impact of what had just transpired. In less than 10 minutes, Ted Cruz had delivered a masterclass in oversight, demonstrating exactly what effective congressional accountability looks like. With surgical precision and relentless determination, he had systematically dismantled the Secret Service's carefully constructed narrative, exposing layer after layer of bureaucratic evasion, administrative incompetence, and what increasingly appeared to be politically motivated decision-making at the highest levels of the agency. Cruz's performance was nothing short of remarkable. While other senators might have accepted the acting director's vague promises to provide information or his appeals to process and conversations, Cruz refused to let him hide behind bureaucratic jargon. He demanded specifics, names, numbers, yes or no answers. When the director claimed statements were accurate, Cruz produced evidence proving they were false. When the director couldn't remember who approved misleading public communications, Cruz highlighted the stunning lack of accountability. When the director tried to deflect with procedural explanations, Cruz cut through the noise and demanded to know who actually made the decisions. The Texas senator's line of questioning revealed a deeply troubling pattern that the acting director simply could not explain away. The Secret Service had issued a demonstrably false statement claiming no requests for additional resources had been denied. That statement's author still had his job, facing zero consequences for misleading the American people. Multiple credible sources, including 4 people familiar with the requests who spoke to the Washington Post, confirmed that Trump's detail had repeatedly asked for more resources over a 2-year period. Yet, 2 weeks after the worst Secret Service failure in over 40 years, the acting director couldn't tell Congress how many requests had been made, who denied them, or what the actual differences in protection levels were between the current and former president. Most powerfully, Cruz connected the dots between the Trump security denials and the repeated denials of Secret Service protection to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a connection that raised the stakes from administrative failure to potential political malfeasance. Here was a man whose father had been murdered by an assassin, whose uncle had been murdered by an assassin, and the Secret Service had denied his requests for protection. Cruz's direct question, whether the same person made both decisions, went to the heart of whether political considerations had corrupted an agency that must remain above partisanship. The director's refusal to provide a simple yes or no answer spoke volumes.